Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you how I achieved this peachy, summery makeup look. Slightly bohemian, but not really. So without further ado, if you would like to learn how I achieved this look, then just keep on watching. The makeup look today I saw on Natasha Denona's Instagram. She did a beautiful look that I'm inspired by with the Cranberry palette, but we all know that Natasha Denona has very expensive makeup palettes. So let's create something similar with a palette. This whole palette is the price of the 5 shadow quad, like the palette that she was using. I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Hill today. I'm just feeling very summery and like I want a somewhat bohemian look, but at the same time I want like summer vibes with it. So let's do something. To do my eyes, to prime, today I'm using Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in Extra Fair. I'm going to start off by taking my favourite shade in this palette, Positivity, and I'm taking it on a fluffy brush because I'm going to fluff this on my inner portion of my eye just above my crease. So when I look straight forward you can just see it there, and then I'm going to begin to blend this in. I also find this shade benefits from adding just a little bit of yellow, so I'm taking no joke on the same brush and I'm being very gentle when overlaying these. All I'm going to do now is just blend this out. I'm also going to blend this into the front of my brow. I'm not taking any more eyeshadow, I'm just using what I've got in the brush to blend this. I'm just stopping short on like the last third of my eye. And now I'm taking a super extra fluffy brush with a little bit of Homebody, a brown shade. I'm going to tap excess off and I'm going to just stamp it on my mobile lid on the outer third, and then just slowly stamping towards my crease. I'm making sure Homebody blends in with that peachy shade that I have here. I think I might pull this up a little higher actually. Just a smidge. Again, I'm just using what I have in the brush. These are very nice and pigmented eyeshadows. Work with them. Again, it's always easier to add than to take away. Speaking of, just taking a little bit of Homebody and then doing the same thing, just starting from my mobile lid, just stamping there for a while on the outer third, and then gradually just carried on stamping and then just pulling that shade up a little bit. All we need left is a little bit of shimmer, and the shimmers in this palette are very intense, so I'm going to try and get it to like a very gentle shimmer. I'm going to take my ring finger and dip into Bougie, like a coppery pinky shimmer, and then I want to place this on my mobile lid. That looks pretty. Time to add even more dimension. I'm going to dip my fluffy, like that super fluffy brush, into Homebody, and I dabbed it in 3 times, and then I'm going to dab into Temptress very gently, just once, and then tapping excess off because I want a darker brown, but there's no actual like super dark browns. And then I'm very delicately just stamping that mobile lid again, just blending that shimmer in, making the outer corner just even a bit darker. I'm taking my super fluffy clean brush just to give it a final blend again. I'm going to take a cotton round with a little bit of makeup remover clean my under eye from all the fallout, but I'm not sharpening up the outer edge. I actually want like that soft look today. I haven't done that in absolute years. Let's do the other eye off camera and I will be right back. Okay, the other eye is done. This makeup look is nice, quick and easy, so I highly recommend you trying it out. Let's do the foundation. Today for my foundation I'm going to use the I Am Magic foundation. This technically I wouldn't say is like very summery because it's so full coverage, and I do associate summer makeup with more of like a medium light coverage. However, I like the finish of this without, you know, having to powder anything or do anything to it. You can always try and sheer it out with some moisturizer, but I love full coverage, so I wear it all year round. So as you can see, this foundation really does have a nice coverage and a lovely finish. It really does have like a nice velvety matte finish. It's not like dehydrated kind of matte. It looks flexible. Plucking my beard hair. Can you imagine life without bronzer? I can't. I'm using my favourite concoction lately, the matte base concealer from Revolution in 13.5 and the fast base foundation from Revolution in F14. Ooh, ooh, I love bronzer. I could just bathe in it every single day. She's a model. She's Linda Evangelista. I swear, if you have low self-esteem, not a lot of confidence, just put some makeup on and trust me, you will feel so powerful. You will genuinely feel like Beyonce, J-Lo and Michelle Obama, because it really does give you like this kick, especially if you bronze. Oh my gosh, honestly, the minute I've got bronzer on, I feel like Beyonce. I really do. But even Beyonce needs some under eye concealer, and I'm going to use the same concealer I used on my lids. I'm using Collection Lasting Perfection, but this time it is the shade Fair. And I'm going to set with RCMA No Color Powder. I know my skin looks a little powdery because I just need to powder the center of my face. But by the time we finish, it should be alright. I mean, it is almost summer, so we can bronze even more. I'm taking the Roxy Revolution Contour Palette, and I'm taking the second shade in the palette and going around the perimeters of my face. I don't remember the last time I used the highlighters from this palette. I don't even know if I like them, but I'm going to take this golden shade, and I'm hoping it's not going to show up on my face, as in like give me a cast, because it's pretty dark. Ooh, maybe, yeah, maybe a little. It's so brainy though. Okay, I'm gonna take my sponge and tap it in. It is giving me a slight cast, but I think I can make it work. It's not gonna be my favorite highlighter. As we can see, it looks pretty nice. I'm also going to use this highlighter to highlight my inner corners. And after I do my brows, I'm also going to highlight my brow bone with this. Before I do my brows and finish off my eyes, there's one last thing that I'm gonna do with my base, and it is to put some blush on, and I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill palette for it. I'm taking my blush brush and I'm dipping into Positivity. This is probably why it's my favourite shade in this palette, because I use it all the time as blush. And then I dip into No Joke. I tap off the excess, tap it on the back of my hand a little bit, and then I blush the apples of my cheeks with this, like the tops of my apples. This is the cutest placement of blush ever. So, tops of the apples and the bridge of the nose. I want a very cutesy look today. I might even add some freckles later. The base is done. Let's do the eyes, but of course we have to do our brows. I'm just using my fave Eyelash Pomade in Blonde to fill my brows in. Okay, let's finish off the eyes. I'm going to take that clean blending brush and I'm going to blend the edges of my eyeshadow at the top, because you know all the foundation and the concealer and all that jazz kind of disrupted it a little, so I'm just making sure it's all blended out nicely. And let's do the bottom lash line. I'm firstly going to take Homebody on my lower lash line, and I'm going to take Homebody all the way into my inner corner. I really like this shade. It's so pretty. It's like foxy red, so it's like an orangey brown. And now I'm taking that fluffy brush that I was blending the edges with, and I'm just making sure the line isn't super harsh. And there is a part of me that wants to leave this like this, but let's just deepen it up ever so slightly. I'm taking Homebody on my flat brush and dipping the very tip in the black again, so the same concoction I did on the top, and I'm going to deepen, oh that's a lot of black, and I'm going to deepen that outer corner, just making sure it's all blended together. I'm even going to take my fluffy brush and kind of try and blend this in. I'm just highlighting my brow bone because I forgot to do that. Time for some mascara and some falsies. And finally for the lips, I'm going with a peachy nude. This is Super Cindy, but I noticed that it looks different on different people, so just go with a peachy pink, peachy nude. I'm also going to throw a lip gloss on top of this. This is Peachy Plump from Charlotte Tilbury. You don't have to put a gloss on if you don't, but it kind of highlights that summery vibe. Okay you guys, so here it is. This is my final peachy summery makeup look inspired by Natasha Denona. Mine came out a lot darker, but I actually quite like it. I love how much the outer corner lashes flare out. If you want to get this effect, all you need to do is get a lash, cut it in half, and then the lash will be small enough to kind of create that effect. I feel very summery and I hope you do too. I hope you feel inspired. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. I hope to see you next time.